Hello, everyone. Reverend Stephanie Wild here, psychic medium and spirit. Hi, I'm going to start again. Stephanie Wild here, psychic medium and spiritualist minister. And I'm here with another miracle moment in which I translate the text of A Course in Miracles, one paragraph at a time. Who knows if I'll get through them all? I don't know. But I opened it up today, just now. I just open it up before I get on and see which paragraph my eye alights on. And today it was page 160, paragraph 1. And it's kind of a doozy. This is how it goes. Fear of the will of God is one of the strangest beliefs the human mind has ever made. So let's see if I don't get myself into a twist here about the definition of God, right? It could not possibly have occurred, that is the fear, unless the mind were already profoundly split, making it possible for it to be afraid of what it really is. Reality cannot threaten anything except illusions, since reality can only uphold truth. The very fact that the will of God, which is what you are, is perceived as fearful demonstrates that you are afraid of what you are. It is not then the will of God of which you are afraid, but yours. All right, so that means that when we are afraid, we are not afraid of God, but we are afraid of our own free will. There's no need to be afraid of God because God is not separate from us. We are part of God and God is part of us. Like a drop, a water drop is part of the ocean. Fully incorporated with the ocean and yet completely separate, both at the same time. So let me go through this now. God here, they're talking about the will of God, and the will of God doesn't really exist because it says in this paragraph that we have created that. God is not, as the atheists contemptuously say, an invisible sky wizard. It's not a separate guy up there sitting on a cloud, waving a wand and having free will and making stuff happen to us. That, I think, is something to be afraid of, if that were so, but it is not so. That's not reality. So we've made up this will of God ourselves, when in fact we are simply one with God, one with source, one with spirit, one with the unified field. We cannot not be a part of the unified field. How is that even possible? So when we are afraid, we are not afraid of what God will do to us because God can't do anything to us. We are afraid of something we've created, and we've created that illusion from our own will, from our own thoughts. And so that's what we're afraid of. And then now, as soon as we dissolve that, fear is gone. So, I mean, I think I could stop there, but let me go through each sentence in case you want to hear more. Fear of the will of God is one of the strangest beliefs the human mind has ever made. Okay, so sure, that's an opinion. It could not possibly have occurred unless the mind were already profoundly split, making it possible for it to be afraid of what it really is. So this duality that we believe in couldn't have occurred unless it came from our mind, and unless our mind were already split into our essence and our ego. only then can we be afraid of ourselves, because we're a part of ourselves. Reality cannot threaten anything except illusions. Okay, well, I think, that's just a philosophical truth, right? I mean, reality threatens nothing but non-reality. Reality threatens nothing but illusions. Reality threatens nothing but untruth. Okay, since reality can only uphold truth. All right. The very fact that the will of God, which is what you are, okay, so again, like the ocean and the water droplet, we are one with source, we are one with the unified field. The very fact that this is perceived as fearful demonstrates that you are afraid of what you are. So it's saying the same thing the other way around. Since we cannot be separate from the unified field, anything that we're afraid of is part of ourselves. It's a projection. It is not then the will of God of which you are afraid, but yours. So all we're doing is creating an illusion. That's our ego. We're afraid of that. We imagine that's God doing something to us when in fact none of that is real. So the whole point of the course lessons, which I will be taking us through in my new podcast, Miracles in Manhattan, when it launches very shortly. The whole point of that course is to dissolve the ego so that we are no longer afraid and that we can live in serenity every day. So I think, the really cool thing about this paragraph here is it opened up the discussion about the definition of God, right? Not a separate person, but unified field, consciousness, pure love, source, spirit, cosmic consciousness, infinite intelligence. Those are all words that I use to refer to all, or when I say God, that's what I mean. So, that's what I'll be doing in the podcast, Miracles in Manhattan, is translating it into everyday, commonly accepted spiritual terms, and terms that are informed by physics, terms that reflect reality as far as we understand it now. So do join us. The link is in the post here. You can check out the trailer and you can win a psychic reading with me. And I'm looking forward to launch day. So stay tuned. Another miracle moment coming up, hopefully very soon.